Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the PMA LCS games. Here tonight, we have LDD versus OOF. Um, we have your streamers, Rob, and your color caster, Ganwin.
How's it going?
We hope you guys are here and ready for our first time as streaming together. We're gonna see how this goes. Do you have anything you want to start off with on the back? All right, to start the stream here.
Not really, no.
Oh, okay. Well, as I said, we've got LDD versus OOF tonight, so I think we're about to get started with picking bands here. As we get that set up, we should be ready to go here. The captains are confirming right now. Is there anything you're looking forward to with these teams tonight?
It's going to be an interesting game. I can tell you that in my experience, Rafal is a really fabulous top laner, really strong. So I know he'll be able to hold his own there. It's also an interesting that they subbed in Hey Listen for their support. He had a really fabulous game on Nautilus yesterday. A couple of games on Nautilus yesterday, and they 2-0'd their opponents. So it'll be interesting to see uh, how Oof goes up against that. That being said, it looks like Ali is Violet Sociocat is subbing um, for Oof, and she is a fabulous um, shot caller, and that's a really strong asset to bring to the team into that matchup.
Yeah, it looks like we do have a couple subs in tonight. I did not know about that, but as we figured it out here. So far, we have the a couple bands coming in right now. For LED, we've got Renekton and Cho'Gath. Obviously, Cho'Gath's a Violet Sociocat band. And then on the side of Oof, we have Echo and Kaisa coming out. Third band coming in here for LED, which is going to be a Xerath. What do you think about these bands so far?
I played against a Violet Sociocat as Zerath just a few days ago, and I can say that it's a really strong pick for them to ban of that. Um, I also know that on the side of Oof, banning Rumble is, I believe, Rafal is pretty strong on Rumble, so that's a good ban there. Um, it really is also really interesting that LDD. No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of the past. Thinking of the wrong player. Never mind. I I was thinking of a different person. I'm too much in my last game.
That's okay. As we see a first pick, Morgana coming in here. Um, it's a pretty normal strong pick. It's a good flex between mid and support.
I think it might also be a what do you call it? A denial pick because I believe Violet Sociocat really likes playing Morgana.
She does. That's one of her bigger picks. We actually just played Violet Sociocat this week with my team FAP, and we had to either ban it or pick it, and we picked it and lost. So we'll see how it goes from there.
I will say that if that does end up being a Morgana bot, Morgana Sivir is a disgusting lane for denying any kind of spells on themselves.
It's very true, especially with the Rakan and the Ashe picked on the side of Oof here for the bot lane. So if these picks and bans are going where we think they're going, so both sides have picked their bot lane and their top lane is here, with Kled coming in for LDD and Shen being picked up here by Oof. Um,
Yeah, I really love the Shen pick. It's something that I really at some point need to work on for myself. Shen can just pretty much be anywhere on the map, and that that just makes um, he's just amazing for making great plays.
Yeah, so continuing on with the bands here, we have got Shyvana coming in, which is a super strong. I don't know if you've seen AP Shyvana coming in, but
It's
it's
disgusting.
so disgusting. It's a very good right now, and a lot of people are picking it up in solo queue and in their games that they're playing with their friends. So
On the side of LDD, you have a Sejuani ban. I'm seeing a lot of Sejuani play in solo queue as well. She's really strong right now.
yeah, Sejuani is kind of everybody has their two champions that they play per role as you should, and Sejuani is my one of my junglers that I play. Because I am terrible at jungle, so I hope you have a
Me
lot of jungle
too.
knowledge. Oh, nope. Okay. We'll see how this
my
goes.
worst, my worst spot. I'll tell you one thing. I'm gonna give a shout out um, to my boy Happy by Three, who we haven't seen on in a while, but he's an awesome jungler. And he was just he started playing League like 4 or 5 months ago, like really not long ago at all, just before the split, and he was like super hard studying jungle. So I picked up a little bit from him that he was talking about. And of course, my jungler Adam, as you know, is a really strong jungler, and just the way he talks about it, I'm able to pick up just little bits of that. Oh my god, I really love the Urgot. I bet you anything that is a jungle Urgot. I've been spamming Urgot a lot in solo queue right now, and he is super strong.
Yeah, Urgot's one of those champions that if they have an okay beginning of the game, they're gonna be super strong at the end of the game. A lot of people are struggling to kill Urgot late game because he is so beefy and so strong. Um,
At, at the same time, we have Vi as a jungle. Vi is also really strong now, especially for early ganks.
yeah, Vi is super strong when in the early games. Levels one through 6 are pretty much if it's a Vi versus Urgot, it's a toss up. It should go the Vi's way.
Ezreal probably mid. But back to that Urgot, I know even with Urgots, like if an Urgot comes from behind, as long as they don't feed too hard, a good Urgot player can really easily come from behind. You just need one good ultimate, and even if he's not doing that much damage, some of the stuff he does is just great utility, like his toss, the fear on his ultimate if he gets it off, all really strong.
Yeah, it's Urgot's one of those champions where you're just like, we need to win early, otherwise, if it goes late, it's not gonna be here. But to round off Oof's composition here, they picked up a Vladimir. So it's gonna be a Vladimir versus Ezreal mid. It's gonna be a pretty interesting, um, pretty interesting mid lane matchup with an Ezreal versus Vladimir.
I will say I am impressed with really both teams um, engage. Both teams have great engage potential and team fight potential. So it's gonna really be interesting to see how the two match up with each other.
Yeah, as we get into the champ select here, for this match, with these compositions that you can see, what kind of game are we expecting here? Are we expecting a really farm-centric game? Do you think this game's gonna go uh, pretty fast-paced early on, or I mean, with like an Ezreal and stuff, I would assume that the game's gonna be a little slower.
It could be, but at the same time, I'm not sure. I haven't seen Urgot jungle that much. I know he was for a little while for a few weeks ago, really strong jungler, but I haven't seen him jungle a lot lately. But I know Vi loves to gank pretty much at all levels of the game. She's really strong, especially with that big punch of hers. I can't remember if it's a Q or E. Um, and Sivir is probably going to push up because that's what Sivir does. Um, and Kled can be absolutely oppressive. So LDD's just got such a strong team, but at the same time, Vladimir can get away from everything really easily. Shen's got that, as I said earlier, that all over the map potential, and Rakan Ash can be a fairly safe, bot pick, but at the same time has some really great engage potential with Rakan's knockup and Ash's ultimate.
Yeah, there's a bit of CC coming in with the Ash ultimate and you've got Urgot and the Rakan for sure is the biggest CC on the team of Oof coming into this game. But then you also on the side of LDD have two spell shields with the Morgana Black Shield and then the spell shield of Sivir coming in as well. So bot lane's
That's
gonna
right.
be we're constantly looking to engage, but then LDD has all of this ability to um, negate some of that CC coming in. Obviously, with Sivir it's only one ability, and Morgana it's until the Black Shield is broken with all the magic damage, which usually is about one or two abilities as well.
I have to be honest with you. I did not know that the Black Shield could be broken.
Well, yeah, well,
I
it's
smell
basically a magic
fear.
shield that prevents uh abilities from going off, so like preventing you from being CC'd. But once you break that black shield through the magic damage,
I won't be
it
denied.
goes away, and then you're successful to all that CC that's being thrown at you. So I quite play a little bit of Morgana myself, so
That's fair. Um, that's gonna be really interesting since there really isn't a whole lot of magic damage on the bot lane, so it's gonna make that really strong. I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, if LDD plays all their cards right with their spell shields and
Playtime's
whatnot,
over.
they should be able to just be safe in the bot lane, farm up, get those Sivers, the one or two items that you want, and then be able to take the game from there. With, one thing we didn't talk about is the speed boost coming out from Sivir, excuse me, and the Kled with his ultimate as well. So
Right.
LDD is going to be running straight at Oof coming in here with those two abilities right there.
I wouldn't be surprised if from the get go we saw a lot of engages because I think both teams want to do it. Now I know that Rakan and Ash are going to have to play a little bit more careful with the double spell shield at the beginning of the game, but once they start getting off of laning phase, I think you're gonna see a lot more of them engaging in fighting as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be a very interesting matchup here. It does look like yeah, the Urgot's gonna be going into the jungle here for Mudkips. Um, and then on the side of uh LDD, we do have Ezreal coming into the mid lane here. So, or wait, isn't this is Lugo? Isn't he mid?
It could be
It could be a lane swap
it,
here.
it could be a lane swap, or it could just legitimately be Sivir mid.
We'll have to see what they do here.
This will be an interesting game no matter what you do.
Yeah. So as you come here with the 3 minute spectators delay here, let's go down. Let's just introduce the players and get them into the game here. So on the side of LDD, we have Rafal as a top laner coming in as Kled. We have Labyrinth 1898 coming in as jungle with Vi. We are confirming this, but it looks like this is Lugo is going to be playing Sivir mid, so that's going to be a different matchup with the Sivir, with the Vladimir coming in on the side of Oof. Bot lane for LDD is going to be Ezreal with JJ Bell, and then Hey Listen on Morgana. On the red side here, we've got Necro guy coming in with Shen in the top lane for Oof. In the jungle, Mudkips on Urgot. Mid lane's gonna be Purple Psycho Dog or Violet Sociocat on the Vladimir, and then the bot lane's gonna be rounded out here with Jumpers on Ash, and then it's your boy on Rakan in the bot lane. So with all this going on, with the Sivir coming in here in the mid lane, how does that change the matchup with Ez and Sivir versus Vladimir? Because I think with Ezreal, he could play a little bit more safer, poke a little more, and then be able to play just for the farm game, get his tier and everything. But now with Sivir mid lane, Sivir is mostly a person who pushes the lane and then kind of just sits back. Do you think the mid lane's gonna be moving out of the mid lane at all with Sivir?
I don't know. If I had to guess, I would honestly say I think that Sivir's still going to end up bot lane. I know this is Lugo normally plays mid, but with this, it just Sivir just does not seem like a mid laner to me. Maybe I'm wrong.
Well, I mean, I would agree. I don't think Sivir is a mid laner, but it could work out mid lane. Remember that? I think it was season 8 or season 7 where 80 carries mid was a thing. You'd take Jhin
Uh,
mid or you'd take Ashe mid. Um,
I remember it in season one,
yeah,
but
season 1. There was a time where 80 carries were going mid lane with,
that
Ezreal and Sivir and Jhin, or not Sivir, but
that's
Ashe.
that's true. I mean, Sivir is not much of a ganker, whereas Ezreal I think would be much more successful at that.
Right.
So it doesn't make any sense unless what they really want playing against Ali in the Violet Sussy Cat. I'm sorry,
Purple
I
cycle
totally
dog.
saw Purple Cycle. Oh, why is it different on there than it is on mine? That's so weird. That is so weird.
I'm not sure.
It totally shows up as Violet Sociocat on.
I know that the entire team of Paw changed their names for our match this week, which was on Thursday. Um, but it's Purple Cycle Dog on my screen here.
That's so odd. It's still like we're loading into the loading screen. It's still totally Violet Sociocat for me. So I'm pausing at 10 seconds, correct?
Yes, we will pause at 10 seconds and get this game going. Um, Let me see here. I just want to make sure that looks like the stream's having some little issue here. Um, but as we already went over the lineup here, what do you think about these runes and masteries coming in? We have Fleet Footwork on the Sivir versus a Electrocute on the Vladimir mid.
Uh, I'm not really sure, but let's take a look at U.GG and see what they have to say. Fleet footwork seems to be pretty standard for Sivir. Um, However, it looks like Vladimir normally goes the sorcery pathway, so it's really interesting to execute. And that's all I saw before I loaded in. Currently sitting at 0 seconds, just sitting in here.
Yes. Right, we're gonna pause it here at 10.
Paused.
Oh, I'm at 11. Oops.
I'm at 10. All right, I'll unpause it real quick.
Oh, I just went to.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, then it's fine. We're fine. I
Okay.
guess I'm still at 10.
So we will press play here in 3, 2.
Wait. Okay. All right,
Okay,
I'm ready.
ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
All right, everybody. We're here into the game with LDD versus OOF. Game 1 of season. What season are we on? 5? Season 5, week 7.
Week
Week
8.
8.
It looks like oh man, it looks like I can't remember what the two sides are. Forgot with the first blood, they did a 5-man push into the river and easily got that first blood.
Yeah, it was a quick 5-man push there into the mid lane.
So Oof with that first blood, especially with that Urgot, is going to be really, really strong on him. In fact, it looks he got 2 kills. It looks like.
Minions have spawned.
Oh, it was 2 kills. 2 kills onto the Urgot here.
That is insane.
You remember when I said as long as he had an okay early game, he would be fine?
Yeah, he has already purchased his skirmisher saber. That is going to just make him ridiculously strong a jungler.
Yeah, he's gonna have an incredible start here with getting the blue buff and already with his jungler item pretty much halfway completed already. Versus the Vi who's gonna be starting here on the with a hunter's machete, starting on the
Looks
right
like
side.
the bot lane is taking the safe way around.
Yeah, bot lane's gonna be
Uh,
walking into lane there. Top lane's
this
gonna be pretty normal too.
this is Lugo already pushing up with Sivir and getting some hits in on Vladimir. It's gonna be really difficult for Vladimir to heal himself up quickly because Sivir is gonna have such a range on him.
Right, and the Sivir has such a intense wave clear versus Vladimir early, who has, the Q's in a very big cooldown.
And we have a great knockup by Rakan. He's still hitting him around, but doesn't look like it's going to end up being with any kill. Oh, wait. Oh, and they... Hey, listen, pops the heal and flashes away. 2 summoner skills down on the side of LDD bot lane.
Yeah, I mean that's a pretty good trade for Oof there with the Morgana losing her flash and the Ezreal using his heal there just to keep her alive. They did both get really slow.
Morgana got a binding off on Ashe and was able to disengage from there. A little bit of a fight going on top. Looks like it's just kind of them trading some damage, but Shen is super pushed up right now.
Yeah, Shen's pretty pushed in right now. We'll see if Vi moves over from her Gromp over to the top lane. Let's see if they can complete that gank over there. Urgot has pretty much cleared most of his jungle except for the top jungle camp up there. He looks like he's headed straight to river.
Thinking about this matchup of Sivir versus Vladimir, I actually think I'm now starting to think that's a really strong matchup on the side of Sivir because we have attempted knockup by Rakan on the bot lane, but they managed to avoid it. As I was saying, because Vladimir's when his bar fills up and the sheer amount of damage he can do, if that can be spell shielded, we have a binding in the bot lane, but still not much happening. They're not following through. But that spell shield makes that real big damage kind of just go away. She just has to pop the spell shield before he hits her with that full bar.
Yeah, the spell shield's gonna be blocking one of those Qs every like 13, 14 seconds here. As we see, Sivir did just put one point into that spell shield right now. With it's like a 20-second cooldown right now, so we'll see how often she blocks one of those Qs coming in.
We now have the opposite in the top lane. Kled is pushing up on Shen. And the bot looks like we're going to have a gank from Vi. And we have a flash. And it looks like, yes, Hey Listen got the, with the Ignite, got the kill on Rakan. Good gank by Vi.
Yeah, that gank coming in. Rakan decided to shield the Ashe there, and he landed right into the binding here of Morgana. As we see a little fight over the Scuttle Crab right here.
I believe, yes, it was the Urgot who got that.
Urgot used his smite onto that Scuttle right there to secure that Scuttle right there onto the dragon. We do see the first dragon is a Infernal.
Infernal.
Yeah.
It looks like we're having a little bit of some skirmishing going on in the top lane, but Rafal is not choosing to all in just yet.
We do see a little invade coming in here from Urgot and Rakan onto the Vi on the bot side of the jungle here. Vi's red buff, it will be up within the next minute here, so I think they want some vision on that to see what kind of pathing she wants to take here to secure those buffs. So we do see Rafal coming in at level 6, but so does the Shen. The Shen does have level 6 coming in, but neither of them have backed for items yet. As we see Kled up with a 9 CS differential here.
So now LDD has to be a little bit more careful because now the Echo Guy has his ultimate. He can appear at any point on the map.
Yeah, that's why the Shen ultimate's so key, because it could change any fight from across the map. Um,
Vladimir is teleporting back into the mid lane, and it looks like Rakan is running up the river, possibly for a gank. But there's right now Sivir is not in the mid lane.
it's a little early for a little gank there. So we do see Shen teleporting back into the top lane here. So that's a big cooldown to have. Because if he does ult out of that lane, he's not going to be able to get back into the lane very quickly.
But that being said, if he didn't, Rafal was definitely going to push up and get probably at least one. Oh, we have a little bit of a skirmish going on, and Greg going in with the taunt, and Rafal coming back, and it looks like a little bit of a disengage. Oh, we have Rakan jumping up, and an ultimate from Vladimir. But Sivir gets away.
Sivir does get away with low health there, as we do see the top lane. They do stop skirmishing for now.
Urgot is kind of heading that direction. Let's see what happens. He may try and go up through a bush, but no, he walks away.
Does walk away. We do see LDD coming in here, circling around the dragon, trying to get vision to make sure and get ready for the next, or for that first dragon we see. As I said, it is an infernal dragon, so it is one of the better dragons in the game. However, it's not necessarily the best early on because it scales with percent. So the more damage you have later on in the game, the more damage it'll increase by.
It looks like there might be a gank in the top lane, but Vi comes in and ults Vladimir, but he flashes away.
Just flash and get that Vi under the tower. She does take a couple tower shots there.
Necro guy in the top lane is taunted, and it looks like there might be an ult from... No, there's not an ult from Mudkips.
No ult coming in from the Urgot. I'm sure if that ult hit, it would have been close enough to get that execute on.
I'm sure it would have as well.
Yeah, into the stomach there of Urgot, grinding him. But we did see that gank earlier from Vi onto the Vladimir. So Vladimir flashed on the tower, and Vi did take a couple turret shots there. So any damage that was done to Violet Sociocat, which speaking of, the name did switch on my screen again. So
that's funny.
So it is Violet Sociocat now, but in the loading screen it did say the other name.
That is so weird. So Shen chose not to push on that tower, and they got back. And so he still has his ultimate though, so he can still be anywhere at any point.
Yeah, he still has the ultimate, but he's gonna be walking back to the tower where he might lose a few CS here.
We have an ult from Ashe, and they're going in with the ignite, but they don't quite get it. However, Vi and Sivir are on that dragon, and it looks like they're going to be completely unopposed.
Yeah, no vision from Oof onto that dragon there, so LDD was able to sneak that dragon through. As we did see that skirmish earlier from the 2v2 with Ashe and the CC. Unfortunately, Chiboy wasn't level 6 yet in order to get the
Vi is walking around looking for the gank, but they see him in the ward. And Urgot's coming around as well. Looks like Vi is going to back off.
Yeah, but we do see Urgot there as well, so we'll see if he comes in for that counter gank.
Looks like Vi is backing off as well.
So you see top lane, some more skirmishing going on. But Vi and Urgot are near each other in the river down here bot.
I think they're going to fight over... They might possibly fight over the scuttle, which looks to be what Urgot was going after. And Vi's coming forward as well. Vi's going in. Nice! Vi stole the scuttle, and she backs off. After. We have Morgana with a... and a nice ult from Ezreal, but not quite enough damage to get a kill. Looks like some damage trading from Sivir. She did a good job of spell shielding that big amount of damage.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff going on down there with Vi stealing the Scuttle Crab, and then Morgana landing a binding onto the Rakan with the ultimate of Ezreal coming in for almost his entire health bar there. He did leave away with about 300 health. He does have to go back as he's sitting mid lane right now. But that was a lot of damage coming out of Ezreal from his level 1 ult there.
That's right. Looks like we might have a bit of a gank from Rakan. We'll see what happens. Ali, Violet, Sociocat, and there's the knockup from Rakan, plus the ult from Vladimir. And it looks like, oh, but the heal it just missed with the Ashe ultimate.
It's very, it's very good gank there from Javoy onto the Sivir, but Sivir with the spell shield and the heal coming in pretty much saves her. As we possibly see a gank coming in with Urgot top. Oh no, definitely
Looks
saw
like he's
him.
getting back off.
Yeah, he pinged him out there, so he definitely saw him as he was going into lane there.
Super even game right now at 12 minutes. It seems like there's a lot of action happening, but not a lot of deaths from it.
Yeah, as we do see the golds pretty much even across the board. As far as the farm here, Violet Suzuki has like a 10 farm, or not anymore, about a 5 farm difference in the mid lane versus the like 20 to 30 CS in the top lane here coming in for Rafal.
Looks like there's some posturing happening around the bot jungle. Let's see if anything comes from that. Oh, but there is a gank from Vi, and an ultimate on the top lane, and it goes to Rafal. Great gank from Labyrinth 1898. And Rafal's going to continue getting tower plates, and he might even get... No, it looks like he's going to back off. It looks like it'd be a counter gank in the bot lane, but no, Urgot's backing off now.
Yeah, Urgot got those 2 early kills and unfortunately has not been able to cash in on those. Hasn't really done much in the lane. As he's keeping even with Vi and farm, but Vi has gotten off a few more ganks than he has.
Well, keep in mind, like if you look at their gold, it looks like that Urgot still has a 500 gold lead over Vi, and going into the late game, that's going to be much better for Urgot in the long run.
That is true. As we do look at the gold, Rafal's coming in with almost a 1500 gold differential in the top lane.
And Rafal is such a fantastic player. That's huge.
Yeah. As we do see the gold differences, it is 1,000, but Rafal is over 1,500 above his lane partner there. Whereas Urgot's about 500 above his lane partner, and then Violet, Sociocat, and this is Lugo are pretty even in the mid lane as well.
It looks like there's pinging for going on around the mid lane with Rakan and Vladimir, but nothing's happening. Oh, we have a Morgana ultimate, and Ezreal flashes and does not get. What a fabulous ultimate from Shen, and getting the kill for Ashe.
There's the Shen ultimate that we mentioned coming in, saving the Ashe as she uses her arrow onto the Ezreal under tower, and he takes a few tower shots there.
That was a great little trade. Oh, it looks like Vi's coming into gank. Spell shield from Morgana. Rakan comes in, but ultimate from Vi, and she will pick up the kill. And then it looks like she can get another one and Halison picks up the second one. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Rafal is picking up that tower.
Rafal does get first tower blood there. But the Vi coming in with a very good gank, following up on the Ashe and Rakan, as they chose not to back there after the kill that they got on the Ezreal. It looks like
Might have an interaction between Kled and Urgot in the river, but no, Urgot is backing away.
yeah. So if we do look back at the gold now, with Rafal up in the top lane, he is now about 1,700 gold above his lane.
That's going to be really hard for Shen to come back from. But, that being said, Shen provides so much... Oh, we have a bit of a LD, and there's 3 versus 1 against Rafal. But Rafal is going to ult away, and he is going to escape.
Oh.
Meanwhile, blue team is grabbing the dragon, but we have a spell-shielded Ashe ultimate, and it looks like there is just a lot going on. Rafal got Necro Guy, and it looks like then Urgot comes back in, and so it looks like it was a 1-for-1 trade.
1-for-1 trade, but LDD does come out with that dragon there, that which we didn't mention was the air dragon. So they are gonna have a little bit more movement speed coming in here.
That's gonna be great for engages from Rakan.
Yeah, with the silver and the Kled coming in. Um,
Oh, I'm
they
sorry, for the other side.
Yeah, LDD got the dragon there, so um, they are gonna have that. Pretty much, they're gonna be able to move a little bit faster with the Sivir ult coming in, and um, the Kled ult coming in as well. So they're gonna have a lot of movement speed heading towards Oof. If we get to those 5v5 fights later on in the game.
Little bit of damage trade between Ezreal and Vladimir, but nothing really happening there. Right now we have a roughly 2k gold lead on the side of LDD. They're doing a really good job of taking that, which is pretty much the gold lead that Rakan has. So, yeah, that is the gold lead that Rakan has. So, Rafal. That's what I meant. Rafal. Oi.
First game, we have one more game to get all the names down.
That's right.
So we do see LDD coming in here with the Rift Herald, but we do see Oof walking into the river here. Ash Arrow's gonna be coming in here.
Oh, great Ash Arrow.
Does get
and that is going to be a dead Morgana. And the fear! Urgot's still going strong, but he gets taken down by the Ezreal. Meanwhile, Rafal is ulting, and Sivir goes in as well, but does not seem like... I don't know if she popped her ult or not. Looking at the... Yeah, she did pop her ult.
Sivir's ult did go off, but the Rift Herald did reset when it was down about 3,000 health. I'm not really sure what happened to Oof there, but their team just completely abandoned the Urgot.
That's true.
So it looks like...
Oh my god, ultimate from Rakan, and going after Rafal. And with the Ashe doing their slows, it looks like the Ashe is going to pick up the kill. We have a flash from Violet Sociocat and a kill on Ezreal. And they're going to go back in and get this Rift Herald that LDD started originally.
Yeah, so the Rift Herald ended up resetting after getting down to about 3,000 health. But it ended up resetting back to full health. LDD decided to restart the Rift Herald there. But it looks like Oof came in with Rakan.
And we have pop in from Vibe, but Rakan is ready for it and escapes.
Yeah, as Oof does.
We have a teleport into the bot lane with the Vladimir, and it looks like... No, he's just clearing out some farm.
So Oof does pick up the Rift Herald there. It does look like it's going to end up on the Shen there. So we'll see what they are able to do with that split push that they possibly could set up here with the Rift Herald and Shen being in the side lane with his ultimate. His ultimate is up, and Urgot's ultimate's back up, and so is the Ash Arrow. So we'll see what they can do with the Rift Herald coming in here.
That being said, although the Oof has a lead in kills, LDD still has a slightly over 2k gold lead.
Yeah, the 2k gold lead is coming in, and most of that is on Rafal, as he is now up 2,300 gold, almost 2,400 there. But we do see, what's funny enough is that the Sivir does have a bounty on her for 150 gold plus 300, so...
It's all that farm, 179 farm.
Yeah. So we'll see how that works out, because Violet Sociocat has 171, so I'm not really sure where that... as nobody understands the bounty, right? So...
Right.
So we'll see.
Really interesting. Rakan giving his... Where is Rakan? Rakan giving his Knight's Vow buff, which has to do with the ultimates, I believe. No, sorry, it's movement speed. It gives movement speed toward each other, so Rakan is giving himself... Oh, and a great Ash Arrow knockup from Rakan, and we have... Oh, the ult from Urgot with the fear on 3 people, and it looks like... but then Rafal comes in with his ultimate and Sivir with hers, and they pick up a kill as well. And it looks like it ends up being 3-4-2 for the side of LDD.
Yeah, both bot laners are for both teams are going to be going down there, but uh, LDD gets the extra jungler there from Mudkip, so they're able to pick up that extra Earth Dragon there, um, which will help them out in the late game once they get to like Baron and taking towers and stuff like that. We do
They're
see Sivir getting in the tower in the bot lane as well, so they're going to go up 3-0 towers here, as we see her getting back to base there. And Vi going back into the jungle. So overall, it was a 3-for-2 for LDD, plus they get the dragon and an extra tower.
And it looks like Oof is popping the Rift Herald in the mid lane. I'm also a little disappointed that the next dragon is not going to be an Ocean Drake, because I've heard that if you get one of each dragon, then you summon Captain Planet. That was a joke.
I don't know how to respond because only 3 types of dragon can spawn per game. So we have our 3
I
types
actually
here.
didn't. I didn't know that.
Really? You didn't know? Well,
yeah, I did not know that.
We're learning today. Only 3 types of dragon can spawn per game. So we do have the 3 types here coming in with the.
So who knows? Maybe I'm right.
Yeah, maybe one day. But we do
It
see
looks
LDD
like,
starting here, the Baron. It's a bold call.
And they Rafal knocking out the. And it looks like we had that vision coming from an Ash arrow coming from Ash, but is just too late.
That was a very quick Baron done by LDD there.
Well, between the the Fire Dragon and the Earth Dragon, it's no wonder.
Yeah, Infernal and the Mountain Dragon. The official names there, I just remembered them. Not to throw you under the bus, but
No, it's fine. I was like, what are they called? I don't remember.
So we do see Baron coming in here, so we'll see how they want to set this up. If they want to do a 4-1 push, if they want to set up the 1-3-1 with a Sivir on the side, because Sivir can play pretty safe. You know, with her ultimate, she can speed away, and then spell shield, she can block a ability coming in from one of the teams. So we'll see how they want to set this up.
Also, with their ability to push waves, it's going to be really easy to push towers if LDD can occupy the rest of the team elsewhere.
Yeah, if they can execute the 1-3-1, Sivir and Kled should be able to push the lane super fast. But we do see Oof matching the 1-3-1 with the Shen on the side and Vladimir in the top lane against the Sivir. So right now they're just kind of clearing out the waves, want to let the cannon minions push into those towers with the Baron buff.
Kled going in on Shen, and Shen taunts himself away. Dashes, I guess.
Yeah,
he doesn't get the taunt off.
Right, he doesn't taunt.
That's what that is.
So we do see them doing the 1-3-1 push here, as the mid lane's finally going to start headed towards into that tower. So we'll see how much damage Azrael can get off the W on the tower. Oh, he's actually going to put it on the Urgot.
I think Kled's going to successfully siege because he is so far ahead of Shen. There's not much Shen can do.
Yeah, and the way to execute these 1-3-1s is to always keep track of where the one laners are. So we did see Vlad walk down into bot lane, or excuse me, into the mid lane, as Sivir backed off a little bit here, but Vlad
and turret down on the bot lane. So now Kled is going. Looks like he's moving over to help out with the mid lane. We might see an ultimate.
Do you see Kled trying to set that up? Top lane, Sivir's going to get a lot of damage down on that one.
And Vi ults in. Kled looks like is coming in with his ultimate. And we have Morgana showing off, but Vlad comes in and gets a kill. Vlad coming in, doing a lot of healing, and there's Urgot with the toss-up. Rakan trying to go in on but there's Sivir in the top lane, getting that inhibitor anyway.
So it's a good fight coming in from Oof, but LDD, Sivir is just a machine when it comes to towers. As she's gonna ult into the fountain and does get executed there, so good for her.
Really smart on the side of Sivir.
Ooh, I thought Violet Socio had the
I did too.
tower. I thought she had tower aggro on there, but she didn't. So
So Oof does go back and take a tower. Not a fair trade for an inhibitor, but it looks like they're heading towards the dragon to see if they can't match Infernal Drake for Infernal Drake. That being said, it looks like Ezreal and Morgana are setting up to try and contest this dragon. However, they back off the dragon and they are going for Rafal. Going to try and get a kill down on Rafal as quickly as they can.
remember, there's still a tower
But
there.
there is still a tower there, but they do not get anything off of that. Uh,
Some iffy calls coming in from Oof. I think they could have just completed that dragon there instead of trying to chase a kill there. So now we see LDD back and ready to fight for this dragon here, as it is another Inferno. So that's a huge amount of damage coming in for LDD. If Oof wants to have
yeah,
a chance, they need to contest this. We do see Shen is stuck in the base trying to clear out those minions there, and then Sivir is in
and
the mid lane pushing.
we
Oh,
have an
arrow!
Ash arrow, but it looks like Sivir probably it looked right in line for Sivir, but she probably spell shielded it.
She did. So as we
My,
see,
my camera went away right as it happened.
oh, yeah. So LDD did complete the dragon there. So we'll see if they set up the 4-1 with the bot lane and the mid lane here.
4 dragons on the side of LDD. That is rough to see.
Especially with double infernal there. That's gonna
And
be
Sivir is just doing her job, and no matter what's going on, she is just pushing, pushing, pushing.
yeah, pushing that lane just straight into the towers and stuff. As we didn't mention it, but on the side of Oof, they don't really have much wave clear um, coming in. Not as much as obviously Oof here or LDD here, but we do see
Right.
Sivir going into that mid tower. We do see a Kled ult
We have
coming in
a
as well.
And it looks like Rakan's going to jump in, and Urgot is going to come in and I'm not sure who's getting what kill. The Shen ultimate comes in. Vlad healing himself, but Vlad goes down to Sivir. And even though Oof gets a couple of kills in, it looks like it was not enough. And LDD is just going to push them into their second inhibitor turret. I would not be surprised if they ended the game here.
Yeah, that was a pretty crazy fight there, as we did see Ashe get a double kill, but on the side of LDD, they're just so far ahead that they're able to consistently put out the damage and be able to just knock those Oof people off. As we do see
It looks.
LDD just looking to get 3 inhibitors instead of ending the game there, but it does. I mean, Rakan is up. So
Oh, we have an ult from Ashe. Rakan goes in with the knockup, and then, but they all manage to escape.
they do seem to get out here. We do see Urgot coming in, so we'll see how much they want to chase here. Oh, we do see a teleport coming in.
Coming in from the Vladimir. Vladimir is going to go in,
Oh,
but doesn't quite get anything. Sivir gets the kill on Urgot.
oh, we do see a flash.
Wow. A root from Morgana, and Morgana ult, and Shen is down. It looks like this is it for the side of... And Kled coming in with an ult on Rakan. Knocks Rakan up a little bit, but Rakan pops his ult, but it is not enough. And Ezreal gets the kill on the Rakan. This is it. Good game, LDD.
Yeah, very good fight there for LDD, as we do see them ending the game here. They are going to try and get a kill on by the Sociocat before that.
Great job also getting a kill off, but it is not enough.
Yeah, LDD taking game 1 here against Oof. GG.
Wow. Really solid gameplay on the side of LDD.
Yeah, I mean, very good game from LDD here. It started off very rocky with a double kill going over to Urgot, but Urgot was never ever really able to push that lead ahead for their team. Um, as we do see the scorelines here, Labyrinth coming in with a 2-1-9, Rafal with a 3-3-5. Um, as far as MVP goes, who do you think on the
I
side of
think it's
LDD?
I think it's a really, really tough choice. I mean, all five players. I mean, if you look at the scores, if you look at the damages, it's it doesn't tell everything about this game. I mean, um, from top to bottom, every single player on LDD just executed perfectly. Vi had just super mobility and was seemed to be everywhere on the map wherever she needed to be. Rafal with that 2K lead. Very early in the game, basically shutting down Shen, making him not able to do much at all. If you look at Shen, he's only got 2 items completed after that whole game. This is Lugo on Sivir mid, just pushing, and the bot a really strong bot lane on the side of JJ Bell and Hey Listen both executed their champions great. You had some nice kills on a few nice kills on Ezreal, and putting out damage consistently in team fights. Because if you see, he has the second highest damage behind Sivir, and Hey Listen just getting snare after snare, seemed to be popping her ult at just the right moment.
Yeah, if I did have to pick one, I think I would go with this Lugo on the Sivir. The Sivir created so much pressure, split pushing and being able to take those towers after towers. And then as you see with the damage, Sivir coming in with the most damage on the team as well.
If I had to pick one, I would pick Rafal. I think that early just oppressive goal lead on Shen really allowed the Vi to focus the other 2 lanes and just not have to worry about anything that was going on in the top lane. And if you remember earlier in the game, you saw Urgot head to the top lane, but he was just Rafal was playing super safe while still being oppressive, and it was just Urgot couldn't even get in there for a good gank.
Yeah, and then again, Urgot got those two kills at level 1 and was just not able to capitalize on those. So as we start heading into the next game, what do you want to see as far as LDD and OOF go as far as the pick and bans?
I know I want to see them pick. Uh, I I know I want to see them pick a much more mobile team. I can say one thing on the side of Oof was that like Urgot is as much as I like him is not that mobile of a champion, and I know he clears way slower than Vi does. Maybe if they wanted to play that again, ban out Vi, but there's lots of really great mobile junglers, so I'm not sure that Urgot is the best pick for that.
Yeah, as
Do we need? Does somebody? Do I need to make a straw poll? Do you need to make a straw poll? Is that
I made one, but I don't know if it's the
okay?
right one. I kind of just
Okay.
Googled it, so we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
So I do have the straw poll created. If you want to go vote in that.
Yeah. Right now, there's only one person who's voted for JJ Bell and the Ezreal.
So let us
Oh,
know Twitch chat who you want to see as your MVP for game 1. We're gonna take a second here. We're gonna step back, reset the stream, and get ready for game 2.